Get ready to flow. Let's dive deep with Pisces Tarot.
Your business is my business. I see every ache, every kiss, the push, the pull, the silent cries. I'm exposing all the lies, revealing the hidden truth. With me, you have the proof. Your business is my business. True. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. True.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pisces Tarot. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and today you are tapped into a powerful edition of Tarot for Two. And as you can hear, that is my dog Stella growling at the neighbor. Nevertheless, this is an insight-led, awareness-focused space that is designed to give you the support and clarity that you need to help you make your decisions, baby. Here, truth rises to the surface and illusions are brought into the light. In this reading, I will be examining the relational dynamics between you and your person, offering clarity, depth, and intention. Over here, listen, we over here for understanding, not for comfort, okay? There is no sugarcoating in this space, baby. If you have been feeling vulnerable, uncertain, emotionally shut down, or caught in a connection that just doesn't fully make sense and add up, then this message is for you. Your presence here is not accidental. Stay present, y'all, because what unfolds in this reading may give you the language that you could not articulate, although you have been sensing it, okay? Using my intuitive, psychic, and tarot card insight, I will unpack the emotional patterns, subconscious signals, and energetic themes that is shaping the connection between you and your person. Whether you are new at navigating love or questioning intentions or standing at the crossroads, this space is designed to give you the context, the perspective, and actionable clarity that you can use. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates with you and leave what does not. Lastly, remember that these readings are conducted for Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, okay? So if y'all ready to get into this, I want you to go ahead and put the little glitter stars in the chat because, baby, I'm ready to go and I am sleepy, so I'm really ready to go, okay? Now, before we get started, it is important that we take a minute to ground ourselves. And before we go deeper, we need to cleanse our energy, y'all. Remember that grounding not only keeps you present, protected, and receptive, but it also allows spirit to move through with accuracy and not with chaos. So with the help of our girl Boo Boo over here, let's cleanse this energy. Because I don't know if you've been at work all day like I've been at work, but baby, these folks, this blood moon got folks acting a fool. Acting a fool, all right? So we're gonna go through a guided meditation. We're gonna take in 3 deep breaths. We're gonna hold it. I'll tell you what to say when we need to get there. But first, let's cleanse this energy. Here we go. Let's inhale clarity and exhale distractions. Here we go. Inhale freedom and exhale emotional weight. Inhale truth and exhale fear. Ooh-wee. Baby, I don't know if you feel lighter already, but I sure do, okay? Let me give y'all this quick reminder real quick before we get into this too much, okay? This is a safe and sacred space. It can get honest and raw, and sometimes spirit will challenge you to get out of your comfort zones. Again, this is awareness and not punishment. So if you're ready to hear what spirit got to say, drop the cooking emoji, because baby, I'm fired up and ready to go. Let's get it. Oh. I just realized I did something I wasn't supposed to be doing. But nevertheless, let me see if it'll let me switch it. Hold on. There we go. I'm back. Okay, so let's get into this. Here we go. All right, y'all. So before I get too far, I just want to make sure y'all still with me, because it say y'all still with me, but I want to make sure y'all still with me. Okay, it says that you are. Okay, cool. All right, so let me tell y'all this. Before I do any reading, I always take a minute to stop to see what spirit is saying to me. And like I told y'all, I was tired, so that's why I was in my celebrity thing or whatever, right? But I always take a minute to see what spirit got to share with me. And sometimes it is a vision, it's a color, it's a feeling, it is a song that just won't leave my spirit, okay? And when I tell y'all, for the last 3 days, I have been hearing this song playing in my head nonstop. Okay, girl. So, Monica, 1995, Why I Love You So Much has been playing on repeat in my ear, okay? What I am specifically hearing is, baby, no one else can do what you're doing to me. You take me and you hold me. You rock me in your arms, baby. And I love you for that, baby. You know, you don't front in front of your friends, and you smart enough to be a real man. And I love you, and I love you, and I love you, only you. Okay? Now, I don't know who this is for today, but when I tell you Monica was too young to be singing this song, baby, she was singing adult music, okay? So if this resonates with you, don't hold back. Drop the emoji that reflects how you feel on the inside, because, baby, I'm ready to dig into this, y'all. I want to know who is over here singing Why I Love You So Much. Somebody is being appreciated, child. All right, here we go. Now, I don't know if y'all recall, but it is Mercury retrograde. Mercury is retrograde in Pisces right now. Right now, we have a Virgo, full moon in Virgo with the Pisces sun. Ow. We also have Mercury in retrograde right now with Pisces. Venus and Mars is all in Pisces. So there is a stellium going on of Piscean energy. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because not only is the Pisces season, which I am, by the way, at the end of the year, right? And it is a cycle of completion. Like the zodiac signs are aligned with the real new year, which is effective in the spring, in case you didn't know that. But when you think about the 12th house, this controls illusions. This controls how you think. This is how you feel, okay? This is all of that emotional energy, y'all, that is running rampant, all right? So when I tell you this is imperative energy going on, I am not surprised that somebody may even be a little bit delulu, okay? We're going to get into it to find out what's going on. So Spirit, come through with clear and precise messages. Clear and precise messages for the people who are hearing this reading presently, and those who will come, if I could shuffle, those who are here presently and those who will be coming here in the future to watch this reading. What are the messages that are for them? You hold me in your arms, baby, and I love you for that, baby. Okay, time machine is here. All right, time machine. Now, what is interesting is that you're seeing a pyramid that has something like an all-seeing eye in the middle, but there is a clock of time that is going by, okay? So there is an acceleration of time that is occurring right now. Now, I don't know what that black mark is on my card. Ain't no telling because I have a child, but we have the time machine here, all right? So time just may be on your side right now, folks. All right, now, what is, I looked up, it says 1818 on the clock, okay? I can look that up in a minute if y'all remind me. All right, what is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? Grief. I understand that losing sometimes is an opportunity to appreciate it. If y'all didn't hear me say a moment ago, somebody is appreciating somebody, baby, I want you to hear it now. They didn't love you before, now they do. They didn't realize what they was missing, now they do. Time heals all. Okay, time heals all. And I really personally dislike that particular expression, because time does not necessarily heal. You got to do the work to heal. However, for you and this person, time has healed all. They have come to the conclusion that you were the person that they needed to be with from the very beginning, and they had to lose this. They had to risk it. Well, that's perfect, because this is Mercury retrograde. However, they definitely are thinking about spinning the block. Okay, definitely. Now, okay, that's 2 cards. What do we have? The burden of choice. This is choosing higher ground, consequences, unconscious choice making. That was literally what I'm saying. Okay, at this point, when we're talking about consequences and choosing higher ground, when you choose wrong, there is a consequence. When you choose right, there is a consequence. People need to remember, consequences are not, mutually exclusive to good or bad. There can be consequences to both good and bad. It's either whether you exploit the positive or you be reactive to the negative, one of the two. And in this case, this sounds like this was some type of polarizing opportunity that has needed to run its course, but for some reason now someone is here realizing they may have made a mistake. The second card that fell out with that other card is holding the space for love. This is about non-judgment. This is about discerning and self-acceptance, y'all. Okay, now since we got 2 there, I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna come back to this one towards the end. So how is this showing up in the lives of the people involved? How is this showing up? You take me and you hold me, you rub me in your arms, baby, and I love you for that, baby. How is it showing up? Okay, dirty laundry. This is about cleansing, maintenance, renewal, honesty, and processing. Someone is processing their dirty laundry right now, y'all. Okay, this is exactly what I said. The time needed to pass so that they could process their feelings, they can grieve their emotions, they can go through the whole entire shebang. And now that they have made the choices that they have made, it has been brought to their attention that they chose wrong. You were the person for them, and or if you are the person that is the person that's grieving, you are missing someone else. Okay, now what does our soul whisper? Macrocosm. Okay, I'll read this later, but I'll come back to this macrocosm. Okay, so I don't know about you, but somebody is definitely feeling the weight. And how timely is this weight? Again, I'm gonna say it again, it is Mercury retrograde, so be very, very careful if this is you. So now that we've gotten some of the undercurrent energy here, let's shift to focus on what is the perspective of not only you, but of your person. All right. So if you are feeling this already, go ahead and drop that coffee cup in the chat. Coffee cup, because I got my tea over here and this thing is about to be steeping hot. So let's move on to the discovery section. Here we go. Now, during this time, I will pull a plethora of cards. If you've never been here before, child, let me tell you what's about to happen, okay? I am about to identify the themes, the friction points, and the relational blind spots between you and your person. I'm going to put a bunch of cards. It may not make sense, but I promise you stick with me and we go on places, because I will then realign the cards to each individual's perspective and what they may be feeling. Okay? Like I said, I keep hearing this girl singing in my ear. Specifically, you don't run in front of your friends, and you're smart enough to be a real man, and I love you. That's what I keep hearing. Okay? Now, I don't know what she got going on, but that's what I keep hearing, all right? So, what is the first insight for today? Vacation, okay? You will be traveling soon. So, there may be an opportunity for you and this person to rekindle over a vacation. I know spring break is coming up. I don't know why I just heard this, but specifically for someone, you could be a Pisces or Aries sign, like somebody's birthday is in the month of March. Celebratory, all right? Now, what is the vibe? Okay. 2 cards just flow out. Envy, resentful, competitive, and discontent. Okay, which feeds that narrative of what I was saying about somebody being jealous. Well, I didn't say somebody was jealous. I said somebody made a mistake and they are grieving the loss of their choice, right? They're dealing with the burden of choice and making poor choices. We also got shattered, broken nightmares and failures. Okay, so somebody is not taking this well at all. And I can imagine I wouldn't take it well either if I was the one on the other end of the spectrum, right? Sometimes people make bad choices and poor decisions and you just have to sit on it, right? You just got to take that one on the L. You made your choice and now you got to live with it. That's what they say. You make your bed, you got to lie in it. Same thing. What's going on here, Spirit, with the people in this reading? Clear and precise messages. Dang, 2 cards came out. Okay, love bombing, overly attentive, showered with affection for personal gain. As I said, they may be trying to take you on a vacation for spring break. And I would advise that if you do go on spring break, be very careful because the knocked up card has come out. So there is a pregnancy, expecting a child and mothering energy that is looming in this. So be very careful. Also, be very careful if you choose to go back and relive or rehash or reconnect or reconcile a relationship with someone during this time. I'm going to say it again. Mercury is in retrograde. And what typically happens when you establish a connection with somebody during this time, when Mercury goes back direct, it is very likely that the people, hey boo hey, it's very likely that the people that you have connected with are not in that same space as you. Okay, so just be careful. If you go on a little spring break and you come back with something you didn't live with, just be careful that this may not be a long-term sustaining relationship. Okay, is this a true flame or not? Okay, yeah, I was right. Faking it. Okay, we got the toxic card, faking it. You've built a perfect picture for love for the outside world, but behind closed doors, you are unraveling. Okay, so this is a toxic connection. Okay, it is not a real flame. They're faking. And I guess that makes sense with this love bombing card being here too. So what it feels like to me is that this person doesn't necessarily want you, but they don't want nobody else to have you.
Oh my God, my Shayla, my Shayla.
So they may be dealing with some consequences for sure of their actions, okay? Now, what is the T, Spirit? It's the burden of choice, okay? It is definitely the burden of choice. Caught a case. Caught a case. Sexual infection, sexual diseases, and rashes. Again, be very careful while you out on vacation with your boo, thinking you out here cute in the streets and hot in the pants. You're going to be itching. Okay, itching and knocked up. Somebody is. I'm just telling you, don't trust it. Don't trust it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Do not do it, girl. If they don't want to bring their Trojans, you bring them Trojans, okay? You bring the Magnums. You bring whatever your choice of preference is. Don't go out there and get caught slipping. Okay, secluded. separation, reflecting and soul searching. So this is that soul searching that I made reference of when I talked about time healing all wounds, this grief card, the burden of choice, and doing their dirty laundry. Okay, what lies beneath all of this, Spirit? And I love you for that, baby. I keep hearing that. Spirit says somebody got away with a lot of something that they was not typically able to get away with in this relationship. Whether this be you or the person, somebody was getting over. Okay? Somebody was insecure in this connection as well. All right, last card. When we look into the broken mirror, Spirit, what do we see? Desire. Okay, listen, y'all, this is high intense sexual energy that we're talking about. Desire, self-pleasure, self-thoughts, intense feelings. Okay, so you may even be sensing, how do I explain this in the most precise way? What may be happening with you is that you may be feeling highly aroused and or stimulated in unusual ways, in an elevated capacity, and you may be thinking about this other person in the interim of these thoughts. You may be envisioning yourself there, something to that capacity. If you are, it is highly likely that this person is producing sexual magic by looking at your pictures, looking at old videos, looking at your Instagram, looking at you and doing things to themselves to help satisfy that desire. Okay, now I'm gonna mind my business on that. That's between you and that person. Okay, now if y'all ready to find out the energy of who we talking about, I'm just gonna pull the cards. I'm gonna let the cards speak, fakes down. I'm gonna do all the reading and then we're gonna come back to it. But if y'all want to know whose energy are we talking about, I want you to get ready, because man, I'm telling you, this feels like this about to be explosive, and I don't say that often at all. All right, here we go. Guess. I want y'all to guess, as all these cards keep flipping over, what sign do y'all think we're talking about? Put those elements in the chat. If it is a fire sign, water sign, air sign, earth sign, put that element in the chat. All right. Now we've identified our two parties for today, y'all. So I don't know about you, boo-boo, but I'm ready to get into this because I want to know what in the juicy HEW hockey sticks is going on here. All right, let's integrate these tarot cards with all of these other messages. Here we go. Now, here's where everything gets really, really spicy, y'all, because now that we have identified the foundational elements and the energy is very clear, I am going to examine their feelings in this present moment, y'all. Okay. Now we got person A and person B. We about to start looking at what are they thinking and what are they feeling. Okay. All right. So here we go. Divine light with clear and precise messages. What is the current energy for person A in this reading? Oh, I didn't even rearrange these cards. Y'all, I'm all out of whack. Mercury is retrograding. Okay, hold that thought. Person A, I feel, is the one who is shattered, having nightmares, broken dreams, reliving the things of the past as they grieve and are doing their processing of their dirty laundry, trying to get themselves together. I definitely feel like this person may be very envious. Okay. They may be very exceptionally envious. Be very, very careful if they are on your Instagram a lot. They may be resentful. They may be competitive against you and your person, which is possibly why they are going to do this vacation. Okay. They are secluded. So they are doing that separation, that soul searching, that reflection, all of those things like that. And again, they're going to come at you not only because they desire you, they have this strong sexual energy and chemistry towards you. They are going to invite you out on a vacation. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, this is fake. Okay. This is fake. Be very careful, person B, because they are not being honest. They create these illusions to the outside world, but this is not reflective of who they are as an internal person. All right. They will be love bombing you. Okay, overly attentive, showering you with perfection, affection. It's all for personal gain. Okay, they may even be playing upon your insecurities to make you feel secure. So if there was something that you don't like about yourself, they are highly attentive to that to make you feel better about yourself. Okay. Again, I warn, if you go on this vacation, be careful because you might get knocked up and you might come back needing a prescription. Okay. Now that we got that all out the way, that's what happens when you don't do these love readings every day no more. Hold on. All right, now that we done got that out the way, what is the current energy of person A, Spirit? Okay. Person A is coming in as the Temperance in reverse. Listen, when I tell you this person is lost out of their mind, there has been an immense energy of this person trying to get that old thing back in other people, and it is just not working. Instead of them picking up the phone and calling and letting you know that, where my phone at? Hey baby, you know, I'm sorry about what happened. You know, I said some old foul funky things. You know, I need to make it right. Instead of them picking up the phone and saying whatever they gotta say, they over here playing these games. They all on your social media. Like I said, they're stalking you. They're looking at old pictures. They may even be sending you old pictures that you ain't even asked for. Okay. They may be sending you photographs of like times that y'all spent together because they are truly and sincerely missing you. However, what I also want to caution you again. Okay. Their discontentment ain't got nothing to do with you. Their discontentment has a lot to do with this blood moon energy, this solar eclipse energy that we just overcame last night or early this morning. It also has a lot to do with this Mercury in retrograde. I started out this whole entire segment talking about how many planets we have in Pisces right now. When I tell you, people are going to be out of their mind because their senses, if they don't have water energy in their chart, their senses are going to be off the chain and just out of order. Okay. So this longing, this desire, this conflict, this imbalance that this person is currently feeling literally has nothing to do with you, person B, but they are projecting their loneliness and their insecurities over to you because you were the closest, lastest, bestest thing that they had going on in their lives. And instead of them growing up and picking up the phone and calling you, they just keep hinting at something that you don't read minds. Now, person B. Spirit, what is the present energy for person B? This poor person don't have no clue what's going on. Oh, maybe they do. Person B is coming in as the Queen of Cups, in reverse. Listen, person B done gave you up a long time ago, person A, okay? When I tell you person B has no, yeah. You know how sometimes you break up with people and after you break up with them, if you break up with them the right way, you kind of get to the point where you just like, yeah, I'm good. You know, like, I don't need to go back to that, okay? This person has gained their girt, right? They feel supported in what they're doing. They have released this situation, okay? They are not feeling needy They are not feeling like they're dependent on you. They are not feeling like they got to have you. When I tell you, like, the last breakup was like, whatever, I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to surrender this right where it is. I'm going to cry this out. I'm going to get all these emotions out of me, because what I'm not about to do is continue to come after you crying like a lost dog, acting like I don't have no other options out here in these streets. Now, what I will tell you, person B, you're saying that, but you don't really mean that. You know how I know that? Because the moment they talk about let's go for a trippy trip, you're going to be like, okay. All right. So before I move forward, let's look at what feelings. I'm gonna start with emotions. Spirit, what emotions is person A trying to suppress? What emotions is person A? Okay. Person A is trying to suppress these options that they have. They know that they have a lot of choices. They know they have a lot of options. They know that they have a lot of opportunities, right, to pursue whoever they want. But for some reason, again, when Mercury goes in retrograde, baby, it does a doozy on your mind and when it comes to relationships. So person A is recognizing that they have a lot of options. Are they satisfied with the options? They're not, okay? They're not. They're stuck on person B. Now, person A, what feelings and emotions, feelings are they trying to avoid? Ooh, let me tell you something. With this Six of Swords, this person is very regretful that they have walked on and moved on from this connection. Person B is looking back. This is that regret we talked about. Okay, this is that regret, and this is that feeling of grief. This is doing the dirty laundry. This is the cleansing, the maintenance, the renewal, the honesty, and the processing that is needed. Let me tell you, person A is not going to come right out and say to you that they missed you, they sorry, they can't sleep, they can't eat. I just heard R. Kelly, I can't sleep, babe.
2,000 years later.
They're just going to make you feel like they've always had this empathy and these feelings for you, but they never expressed it. Okay. Now, person B, what emotions are they suppressing? Oof, we got the Eight of Swords in reverse. Listen, person B is over here like, I am not looking back. I am not going back. Listen, whatever happened was over there. Okay. I got a fresh and new perspective. I know what it feels like to be single. I know what it's like to be in a relationship. I'm no longer giving up my power. I am no longer giving you something that you don't deserve. I gave the best of me to you. I gave all of me to you. And what did you give me in return, person A? This is the mindset that they are dealing with. So when I tell you, they are at the point where they're like, I am enjoying my peace. I have surrendered. I have let go. I have let God. I have a fresh and new perspective. And I don't think that I want to return and go back down there. But we know that that's not true. Okay. So this is what's going to create that tension and that need for person B to be in a place where they're being adored and admired by person A in order for them to even get another chance. Okay. Now the feelings that they are suppressing is this Nine of Swords. Baby, I told y'all this person keeps playing like they done had a aha moment. They just all excited that they done finally got the opportunity to get out of this situation with this other person.
I did.
They don't mean it. Okay. They are, yes, to the public eye, again, faking it, right? To the public eye, they are making it feel like they have moved on. They enjoy this newfound life. They may even be fronting and flogging on their Instagram, child, trying to act like they big stuff, okay? But at night, they're not sleeping, okay? They're very anxious. They are rehearsing and reliving all of these conversations over and over and over again, trying to ensure, this is where the insecurities come from, trying to ensure that they did everything that they could and knew how to do to be the best person, the best wife, the best girlfriend, the best boyfriend. You know, the energy can be inverted, right? But it is very damaging what has happened to this person's confidence. I gotta find this out. Was person A a cheater? That's what these options is about. They are mad. They had so many options and they let you walk away. Was person A a cheater, Spirit? Yep. Got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Baby, person A here, honey child, they were very neglectful. They did not give you the time, the attention that you needed to make you feel stable and secure in this relationship or this connection. They also withdrew their energy from you with this Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. They knew exactly what they was doing. They kind of like let the spark die out of this relationship. So how dare you come back now acting like all of a sudden this person means the world to them?
What do you mean by that?
Make it clear, right? We also got the King of Wands in reverse. So when I tell you sincerely, person A wasn't worth 4 coffee beans in an African village in the middle of a drought. They were not, okay? They were not. They were a cheater. They were very neglectful. They withdrew their energy from you. And they ended up coming to the reckoning of their double life with all the other choices and mistresses. They've been confronted. Their secrets is out. Okay, they cannot be trusted. So now that they have been exposed, that is what has brought us to a moment of reckoning with the dirty laundry and going through the grief cycles. Had they not got caught and busted doing the stuff that they was doing, child, please, that Mickey Ficky will still be over here doing what they do. Now, what is favorable about this connection? Favorable. All right. We got the Page of Wands in reverse. All right. What is favorable about this connection was that things needed to fall apart so that better things could come together. Okay. Once you, person B, moved out of their life. Okay. Once you moved on and pretended to have found a life of your own, whatever, however you did it, that is your business. Okay. But once you left this person alone, they started to really see the world crumbling in. And what is sad about this is that they had space and opportunity to live the life that they was out here pretending to live anyway. And then once they had the freedom to do so, they didn't want to do it no more. Like, where they do that at? Okay. Now, what is consequential or problematic about this particular connection is, I told y'all, person B walked away. Person B said, you know what? I have had enough. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
Sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
Okay. That was the shoe that dropped. That was the other shoe that dropped, that they had no idea that you were at that point. What did you expect, sir? You out here cheating, you out here being manipulative, you out here being condescending, you're being domineering, you're forcing me to think a certain way, and I just had to free myself. Okay? Person B is like, yeah, my heart is broken. I sincerely and truly loved you, but I gotta love me more, and I can't love me more and allow you to keep doing the things that you're doing to me. This is why person B has had such a struggle with trying to acquiesce to this new lifestyle. They have been struggling. because they are still dealing with those unresolved feelings, even though they have a fresh perspective. Just because you break up from somebody and you move on and you start dating don't mean that you're not holding on to the woes of your past. It don't mean that at all. Now, what is Spirit trying to teach person A so that they can grow? We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Spirit is telling you, person A, that if you don't get yourself together, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to have emotional fulfillment if you don't learn how to open up and let yourself give and receive love. And that came out with this card that came out. Okay? Remember, 2 cards came out. What Spirit is telling you is you have to learn how to hold space for love. This is about you not being judgmental. This is about you having discernment. This is about you having self-acceptance and giving that acceptance and grace to other people. Until you learn that you can't do that, then there's going to be consequences to your choices. This is the burden of choice. You had space and opportunity to do right the first time and you chose not to. So whose fault is that? Now, what is it that person A needs to do to heal? They got to let it go. Spirit is telling them you got to let this go. Mourn the loss of this loved one. Feel your sadness. Feel the brunt of this grief. Feel every nick and cranny of this emotion while you can. Because what Spirit is saying to you is once you understand how it feels to have your heart broken, you will be less likely to do this to somebody else. Person A ain't never had their heart broken before. Person A ain't never, ever in the history of being that dude been by himself with 0 options and 0 choices. But Spirit had to make this blow up in your face. Why does it sound like a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn? My Lord, when I tell you I want to flip this card over so bad because I want to know who are we talking about. But when I tell you, they needed to have this experience.
Oh my God.
They needed to feel this so that they understand you cannot be going around here doing this to other people, sir, and think that good things are going to come your way. Absolutely not. You will never be happy living a life like this. So you will have to feel all of your feelings and your emotions, process the grief of this loss, and get your life together. What they need to do, they had to let go. Exactly what I just said. They was over here toying with person B. Loved person B so much, but you over here embarrassing this person and just humiliating them.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here, and I know that it's not.
Person A, I got to look and see who is this we talking about. Okay, we got a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Didn't I just tell y'all somebody's birthday was in the month of March? I spoke about that when we talked about this vacation. So this is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces doing this. Dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So anyway, I'll come back to that because I was real curious. The way they feeling, they was giving me Earth vibes. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the point that I'm making about this devil card is person A had to come to the conclusion. Person A had to come to the awareness that you cannot toy with people. You need to leave behind all of these other damaging, compromising situationships that's on the side that don't equate to the price of tea in China, nor do they equate to the cost of fine Chanel in France. Okay? Like, no. You got to stop. You got to chill. Spirit said you got to chill. Stop toying with people. Now, one thing I want to point out here is that we do have the Devil card here, as well as this Temperance card. These are major life instances that you need to pay attention to, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, because if you fail to do so, you are going to mess up the trajectory of your life. This is karma impacting. Okay? Now that makes sense why that toxic sign came out for this combination. Also, we got the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay? Let me tell you something. You can try to pretend as much as you want to pretend that both of y'all are fine. You're not fine. You need to work on building your boundaries and ensuring that you are protecting yourself at all costs from things that do not serve you. I don't care if it's this relationship or another relationship. It doesn't serve you. If it ain't working for you, let it go. Don't be staying in it for the sake of staying in it. And then you look up and it's been a bunch of years that went by and you don't have nothing to show for it.
What the this cannot be.
And that's what we got going on here. Okay? So, let's look at what's going on. I want to know more about this birthday trip and why you got to be careful. Okay? Because it's all here. Be careful. Now, this is where things get real messy, down to the core. This is where we look at and evaluate what's been hidden, what are the true motives and the real intentions of what both of y'all may be avoiding, okay? So let's get into it. All right. So, Spirit. What have been some issues that have been hidden from this connection? What has been hidden? Woo! There goes the manipulation and the deceit right here with that Magician card in reverse. They was being conniving, lying. And that's funny because as I look at this King of Cups, their energy came in as being cold, bad advice, emotionally manipulative, which is here, moodiness, self-compression, compassion, and inner feelings. Okay. So this person, this person was full of malarkey and hogwash in every capacity. This person A, you thought person B was a dunderhead. You thought that they was just going to sit around here and just allow you to keep doing what you was doing and not have any recourse. You took your time. You stalled them out. You didn't offer them any direction. You didn't offer them any guidance. This is that love bombing and breadcrumbing that came up here. Right here. It's right here. You played around with them with this offer. You kept holding the offer over their head. You kept offering them stability. You kept offering them a better opportunity, but you never gave it to them. So what has been the real motive? They got the 10 of Cups. They've always wanted, let me rephrase, person A. You've always wanted a family, a legacy, a life. Okay? You always wanted and believed in all things of love. However, for some reason, it was impressed upon you to have options and many different options. And so that's where you were being manipulative, stalling people out, not offering that guidance. You've just felt like you can find better. It's better, 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 better. And then guess what happened? You went through all the pairs and none of them was the person for you. So what are you supposed to do now? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is this true motive here? The Star card. They are very, very hopeful. Again, I said this earlier in my reading about water signs. Listen, with this Mercury retrograde and all these things being in Pisces right now, this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I'm willing to believe is more of a Pisces. Sorry, not sorry. But nevertheless, they're very hopeful and optimistic that they're going to get the opportunity to try to rekindle this with you, person B. And this is where I believe that they're going to start trying to love bomb you and offer you this opportunity to go on a trip. And if I was you, I would just say no. Okay, I would just say no. We got the Hangman. Yeah, I would just say no, baby. Baby! Listen to your auntie Mimi. You have here 2 major arcanas here with this 10 of Cups. This person is not serious. Okay, they're not. They're holding out hope. They're wanting to rekindle. They're wanting to come back, and they're hoping that they can just pop in out of thin air. They're hoping that they can try to get you back.
What?
But I don't see them as being serious. And I mean, the fact that we got called a case here tells me that they've been out here just willy-nilly, free and willy at all the oceans of the seas. Okay? That tells me you're not serious. 3 of Cups. All right. So yeah, there may be some people that surround y'all that is really going to be celebrating the fact that y'all got back together. Y'all probably have a lot of friendships aligned with one another. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The true motives and or real intentions behind this is just not pure. Okay. We already looked at what was hidden. So let's look at the true, well, we got the true motives here and the real intentions, but I want to look at this a little bit more. Why does this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces want to get back so bad with this fire sign? What is the real deal? Okay. The Hangman in reverse, the 6 of Swords in reverse, the Lovers in reverse. Listen, baby. Listen. When I tell you they are big mad that they lost.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. With this Hangman in reverse, this 6 of Swords in reverse, and this Lover card in reverse, they made an impulsive, irrational decision to let you go. The fact that you got away from them, they are regretting it. This is reflective of their disappointment. This is also reflective of their frustration and why they let you go. So this is why they are hopeful. You are the one who got away. Okay, you are simply put the one that got away. So the question then becomes, why now? Why does this matter now? Why now, Spirit? Well, for one, with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse and the 8 of Cups in reverse, they've had some time. I'm sorry, 8 of Cups upright, followed by this Page of Pentacles in reverse. Listen, they've had some time to sit back and reflect, as I've already stated. They're not happy about the way that you walked away. This was very disappointing for them, the way that you just up and did it. They wanted you to fight. They wanted you to show up in that fiery energy that you had for them at one point in time. But what they failed to realize is that blew, that got old. And listen, I'm not mad at you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, for walking away from this, because this person was playing clown card games. They wasn't caring. We're not caring. So why now, Spirit? Okay, we got that they regret it. Why now? What do they want now? The Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Listen, they're ready to be happy. They haven't had a lick of peace since you walked away. And if we're being honest, you ain't either, boo-boo. But nevertheless, we got the Four of Wands here with this Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Listen, they are going to be coming with their best offer. Let me tell you, boo-boo. This is why they're offering you this vacation. This is why they're coming through with the love bombing. They are coming. They are hanging their hat on their mouthpiece, okay, to get you to open up and to fall back in love with them. They are going to come with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come with you with a engagement ring.
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
I would not be surprised. However, I sound like a drunk saying that. However, what you need to understand is before you make this head over heart decision and be impulsive, really define what your happiness looks and feel like to you. Because if you don't understand what that means, you're going to compromise this and put yourself back in the same similar situation all over again. And you have worked way too hard for way too long to get out of this mess with this person. Detach yourself as well. Okay? Now that's what I got to say to you about that. So, is you going on a trip or not? Let's find out. Here we go. Now, as we start to assess the potential final outcomes, remember I say potential because Spirit can light up the path, but it's up to you to walk it, okay? It is up to you to decide what you want to do for you. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. All right, so anyway, I know I sound like I drunk. I told y'all I was sleepy and I'm ready to go to bed. That is true, very true, okay? All right, so I was about to ask if you were going to go on a trip with this person, but what just flew out before I can get the question out was this Seven of Swords in reverse. Baby, this person is not only coming with apologies, they're going to come clean. Okay, they about to come clean, Mr. Clean, okay? You also got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't feel like they are going, not only when they come clean, they're still not offering you anything. I feel like they're going to come with empty promises. They're going to overpromise and underdeliver. Yeah, and you're going to walk away again. Listen. When I tell you, boo-boo, you are a very wise person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, if you decide to walk away from this. Because this person's full of malarkey and hogwash. All right, so we already got that. So what is the final outcome for this relationship, Spirit? Final outcome. Told y'all. 5 Pentacles left out in the cold. Baby. Baby. You are not playing around with this Mickey Ficky this time. They got one good time to muck something up. What else, Spirit? The Hierophant. They're going to try to... This is that love bombing. They're going to try to throw out marriage or potential for marriage or say that they want to get married again, holding that over your head. They know that something is very important to you, but it's not going to matter because they're not going to do anything with it, okay? We also had a 3 of Wands. Again, not doing anything with it. They're still trying to, they haven't learned. This Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces has not learned. They're still trying to plan their future and think about where they want to go with their lives. They're also trying to imagine what does it look like for them. This person is coming across as being very indecisive and very unfocused. They want the marriage, they want the relationship, they want the life, they want it with you. They don't want to do what it takes to get you. They don't want to do what it takes to keep you. Okay? They may have even planned, because I keep seeing travel is here too with this 3 of Wands. They are planning some type of travel and trying to get in front of you to like lure you and to make you feel all excited and energized. And, you know, baby, I promise, baby, please, I promise you I ain't gonna do you dirty no more. Just get back with me, baby. You know, I'm gonna love you for life. I'm over here like Jodeci. That's why I love you so much, because you do all these great things. Blah, 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 and blah. All right? They may even propose to you on this trip to take a stand until you find out when you go, because you know missed your little period, you know, when you realize you're burning down there. Okay, so gotta ask the question, should this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius go on this trip with this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Sun card in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. So the offer will be extended to you to go on this trip, but I feel like you're going to be very disappointed in how things go. Like when you go on this trip or even come back from the trip, you will be going on a trip. Let's be clear. You are going on a trip. It's here and it is here. That's a yes, the Ace of Pentacles. What I am telling you though, is that when you go on this trip with this person, something is going to happen that's going to leave you very disappointed. It's going to make you pull back your energy. Okay. It could be the fact that you knocked up and you got an STD. Okay. But nevertheless, the option is yours to decide what you want to do. Once you take a minute to take a step back, person B, I think you're going to really put yourself in a better position of accepting your fate with you moving on with your life. And just understanding that this is a hard no. In every which way, this is a hard no. Sorry, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You know I'm team water sign through and through, baby. But this cannot be how you live your life. You're over here playing games. You're full of malarkey and hogwash, and you over here wasting people's time. You need to wrap it up and keep playing hotels with these people over there. All right? So, with that being said, y'all, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning into this space again. I am Mimi Lightseer. This is Pisces Tarot. If something resonates with you, go ahead and drop the heart in the chat and let me know what landed for you. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe. Make sure you come back and comment, like, do all the other things, because, baby, we be doing it, right? I know I rushed through this today because I am super duper tired and I'm ready to go to bed. And it is reflective in how erratic my energy is right now. Nevertheless, everybody remember to fight a battle. Everybody is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Make sure you leave a little bit of love everywhere you go, and I'll see you next time. Bye. We out.